MrBeast is without a doubt one of the most successful creators YouTube has ever seen. From jaw-dropping challenge videos to multi-million-dollar giveaways, he's built a content empire that stretches far beyond just one channel. But even with all that success, not every idea has gone exactly as planned. From mouth-watering burgers to complaints of rotten food, poorly made meals that looked nothing like the ads, and eventually a lawsuit against his own partners. MrBeast Burger became a textbook example of how quickly a viral hit can spiral out of control. Then there was the mobile app that had everyone glued to their phones. A game that promised huge cash prizes just for keeping your finger on the screen. But what started as a viral stunt quickly ran into bugs, accusations of cheating, and ultimately vanished without a trace. And finally, not every YouTube channel with MrBeast's name on it has been a runaway success. From gaming and shorts content to localized channels that quietly stopped uploading, some ideas simply didn't catch on the way others did. Even with all the resources in the world, not everything works, and sometimes the smartest move is knowing when to walk away. In this video, we're taking a closer look at 3 of MrBeast's forgotten business ventures. One that involved food, another that gamified attention, and a few that didn't get the views they were hoping for. This isn't about blame, and it's not a hit piece. It's about understanding how, even for the most influential creator on the planet, not every experiment turns into a success. Let's dive in. In late 2020, MrBeast took an unexpected leap, not into another YouTube challenge, but into the fast food world. His new venture, MrBeast Burger, launched with a bang. It wasn't just a regular burger joint, it was a nationwide rollout, done virtually. The concept was simple but bold. Customers could order MrBeast-branded burgers through delivery apps like Uber Eats or DoorDash, but the food was actually prepared by existing restaurants, kitchens that signed up to cook his menu under a licensing deal. This type of business model is called a virtual kitchen, or ghost kitchen, and MrBeast helped popularize it in mainstream media almost overnight. At first, the hype was real. The menu was fun, the packaging looked great, and fans were excited to try a burger created by their favorite YouTuber. But not long after the launch, the cracks started to show. The virtual kitchen model had one major downside: quality control. Because different restaurants were preparing the food, the consistency varied wildly depending on location. TikTok started going viral, showing just how bad some of the orders looked. From moldy buns to burnt patties, undercooked and even raw meat, and orders that were just flat out wrong. Some fans tried to give it the benefit of the doubt, with comments like, "Jimmy is known for quality above all else," and yet had no control over quality. Others felt outright betrayed, not necessarily by MrBeast himself, but by the brand associated with his name. Behind the scenes, MrBeast was aware of what was happening, but fixing the issues wasn't as simple as updating a menu or retraining staff. He didn't directly control the kitchens. Instead, the food was being handled by virtual dining concepts, which we'll be referring to as VDC throughout the video, the company he partnered with to manage and scale the business.
This is what the Impossible Beast style burger is supposed to look like. And this looks like if somebody drew a burger for me. How is this real? It looks like a Krabby
By
Patty.
mid-2023, things hit a breaking point. MrBeast filed a lawsuit against virtual dining concepts, claiming the company had tarnished his brand by failing to maintain quality and fulfill customer expectations. In his own words, MrBeast said, "Yeah, it's impossible to guarantee the quality of orders with virtual restaurants. Hurts my soul to see orders messed up. Sadly, I can't get out of my deal with Beast Burger. Hence why I'm never giving up control of Feastables so I can always do what's best for my fans. Harsh lesson to learn." He made it clear that he never wanted fans to associate poor quality or bad service with his name, and he publicly regretted the decision to expand the brand the way he did. While MrBeast Burger started as a bold, innovative idea that disrupted the food industry, the execution simply didn't live up to the vision. It wasn't just a branding issue, it was a fundamental challenge of scaling virtual kitchens without strong quality control. And to be clear, this wasn't about greed or carelessness. It was a calculated business experiment. And when it went off course, MrBeast took legal and public steps to protect his brand and reputation. After MrBeast publicly expressed his frustration with how the burger brand was being run, the situation quickly escalated into a full-on legal battle. And it wasn't just one-sided. In July 2023, after MrBeast filed a lawsuit against VDC, accusing them of prioritizing rapid growth over food quality, damaging his reputation, and even registering MrBeast-related trademarks without his approval, things took a turn for the worse. Not long after, VDC fired back and their response was massive. They filed a countersuit seeking over $100 million, claiming that MrBeast had violated their agreements, interfered with business operations, and publicly sabotaged the venture. According to VDC, his online criticism had done serious damage to their partnerships and reputation, and they wanted him to be held accountable. Just when it looked like things might settle in federal court, MrBeast made an unexpected move. He withdrew his federal lawsuit and refiled it at the state level, continuing the case in a new legal arena. While the specific reasoning wasn't shared publicly, it signaled that this fight wasn't going away anytime soon. It was just shifting strategies. Although MrBeast's lawsuit against VDC made headlines, the outcome isn't as clear-cut as some might assume. Legally, VDC didn't back down. In their countersuit, they argued that MrBeast was not only aware of quality issues but also approved marketing and content, knowing the food might vary by location. They also claimed that MrBeast's public criticism damaged the brand, despite having a revenue-sharing contract that benefited both sides. VDC have a strong argument, and if the court leans in their favor, they'll likely do everything possible to squeeze the most value out of the remaining contract. And that includes possibly chasing the $100 million they've claimed in lost profits and damages. Why? Because MrBeast is their biggest asset. His name alone brought attention, trust, and massive order volume to a company that otherwise doesn't carry household recognition. But even if VDC wins on paper, the company could still lose in the court of public opinion. From a moral standpoint, many still see MrBeast as acting in good faith. He launched the Beast Burger with pure intentions to give fans something cool, support local restaurants during the pandemic, and expand his brand. But unlike his Feastables chocolate, which he completely controls from manufacturing to marketing, Beast Burger was a licensing deal, relying on hundreds of third-party kitchens to execute his vision. No matter how good his intentions were, MrBeast could never physically oversee thousands of burger locations across the country. And when quality dipped, his face took the fall. In the end, whether or not he wins in court, MrBeast may have already won where it matters most: public trust. And that's something money or lawsuits can't always buy. If VDC wins, they might get a short-term financial win. But the long-term damage is likely. The very public fallout with one of YouTube's most respected creators could be a major blow to their credibility with future partners. When your biggest star walks away, especially one as business-savvy and brand-sensitive as MrBeast, it raises questions for everyone else. And despite all this, one physical location, the MrBeast Burger at the American Dream Mall in New Jersey, remains open, operating independently of the virtual kitchen model that sparked the controversy. Some recent reviews have even praised the food there, suggesting that while the brand may have struggled virtually, the dine-in experience has fared a bit better. While MrBeast Burger made headlines for its rapid growth and equally rapid backlash, another project he tried leaned more toward tech. It didn't involve kitchens or delivery apps, but it did involve something just as ambitious: holding people's attention for hours on end.
Wait, stop scrolling. I just dropped a brand new app and you can win lots of money. And all you have to do is put your finger on the app like this, and the last person to take their finger off the app wins $25,000.
In 2020, MrBeast took on a new challenge, one that had nothing to do with stunts or charity giveaways. Instead, he launched a mobile game called Finger on the App. The idea? Simple, yet intriguing. Players had to keep their finger on the screen of their phone for as long as possible to win massive cash prizes. It was an instant hit, drawing attention from millions across the globe, especially on platforms like TikTok and Twitter. People were not only playing, but sharing their progress, adding to the buzz. It wasn't just a game, it became a viral event, with players showcasing their dedication to staying in the game for hours, sometimes even days. Seeing the success of the first challenge, MrBeast didn't stop there. He launched Finger on the App 2, a sequel with an even bigger prize pool and new twists to keep the momentum alive. But the excitement didn't last long. With rapid popularity came technical issues. Players started reporting app crashes, frustrating bugs, and glitches that disrupted their gameplay.
I did not take the finger. I did not take my finger. Bro, it's bullshit. I did not take my...
Just glitched out?
Yep.
We just glitched out and it instantly went to MrBeast.
Cheating allegations also started to surface as some users figured out ways to game the system. But the issues weren't just technical. As the hours ticked on, fatigue set in. The concept, while exciting at first, began to lose its novelty for many players. The long hours of keeping their finger glued to the screen became more of a challenge than a fun experience. After the release of Finger on the App 2, the game quickly faded into obscurity. Despite the massive initial surge of excitement, there was no long-term plan, no follow-up, and ultimately no sustained momentum. No major updates, no major player retention. The app quietly disappeared from the public eye, leaving no lasting impact on the gaming world. It was a bold idea, but not built to last. MrBeast, who had been heavily involved during the game's peak, even personally interacting with players and offering thousands in spontaneous buyouts, didn't issue any formal announcement when the game disappeared. No tweets, no updates, not even a quick mention in a vlog. It was as if the project had served its purpose and was simply left behind. It was a creative experiment, viral while it lasted. But not every digital idea is built to last. And in MrBeast's case, sometimes the best reaction to a project running its course is simply moving on. Not every experiment is meant to last. And just like his tech venture fizzled out, not all of his YouTube channels were destined to thrive either. When it comes to dominating YouTube, MrBeast doesn't just stop at one channel. Over the years, he's built an impressive content empire, ranging from MrBeast Gaming, Beast Reacts, and Beast Philanthropy, to fully dubbed channels like MrBeast in Espanol and MrBeast Brazil. Some of these side ventures have done incredibly well. Beast Reacts regularly pulls in millions of views with light, easy-to-watch content. MrBeast in Espanol has opened the door to a massive Spanish-speaking audience. But not every channel in the Beast universe has enjoyed the same level of success. These weren't necessarily failures, they were experiments. And like any smart entrepreneur, MrBeast doesn't hesitate to pivot when something isn't hitting the mark. There are a few likely reasons why these side channels didn't take off. He has too much on his plate. With 10+ major channels, international versions, product lines like Feastables, past ventures like Beast Burger, and high-effort main videos that take months to produce, it's nearly impossible to give every channel the consistent love and attention it needs to thrive. Audiences are selective. Just because someone loves a MrBeast giveaway video doesn't mean they'll be equally invested in a clip channel or a short-form gaming edit. Each platform has a unique audience, and not all of them carry over from his main fanbase. YouTube algorithm fatigue. The more channels you run, the harder it is to maintain visibility in YouTube's algorithm. Channels that aren't updated regularly or don't maintain a certain engagement level naturally start to slip out of relevance. Language and cultural barriers. Localized content needs more than just dubbing. Without localized marketing, community building, and culturally relevant tweaks, some of those translated channels struggle to create real traction. But again, this isn't a story of failure, it's a story of a creator who's always testing, experimenting, and adapting. MrBeast knows when to push harder and when to let go. Not every channel needs to be a hit if the ones that work bring in hundreds of millions of views. Even though not every branch of the empire flourished, MrBeast's real strength seems to lie in knowing when to double down and when to let go. So let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. A burger brand that went viral, then turned into a legal mess. A mobile game that had millions glued to their screens, then quietly vanished. Side channels that launched with promise, but didn't all stick around. But these aren't failures in the traditional sense. They're experiments. Moments of trial and error from a creator who is constantly pushing the limits of what's possible. Behind all the spectacle, all the giveaways, all the viral content, is someone testing ideas in real time, in front of an audience of millions. And that's the real story here. Because MrBeast isn't just building an empire. He's experimenting in public, and that's what makes him one of the most fascinating creators on the internet.